Today's going to be hot. It's supposed to get into the high 90s. It doesn't have to keep us from enjoying this beautiful creation that's around us. Well, hey y'all, Dan here. I'm at the Elroy trailhead from the Elroy to Sparta Trail. Let's go walking together. Well, it's a pretty day. Blue skies. We're still in Elroy right now. Just to share a little bit about the plans today. Looking at going about 15 miles to the little town of Wilton and going to stop there. Was planning on this being a 3-day, 2-night adventure. Today's going to be a beautiful day, but hot. I'm going to talk more about the heat in a little bit, but it's supposed to be a hot day into the upper 90s. Right now, it's only about 69, but it's humid, and I'm going to come out of this shirt here quickly. And as pretty as today is, tomorrow is supposed to be pretty nasty. Rain is one thing, but when it talks about winds and lightning storms, I think I tend to err on the side of safety. So I changed my plans. Instead of making this a 3-day, 2-night hike that covers about 35 miles, I'm planning to do about 15 miles today, skip tomorrow during the storms, and then come back out on Thursday and do a 20-mile day on Thursday. Sometimes you just have to be flexible. So at about the 6.5 mile mark, you come up on Kendall, and here's the Kendall Fast Trip right here, just off the trail. Walking out here in the sun is a good reminder that it can get hot out here. I want to share a little bit about being careful in this heat. Let's start with breaking some myths. One myth that I've heard is that, if you're in good physical shape, you don't have to worry about heat. Another myth was that when you're young, you don't have to worry about heat. And then another one is sort of on the other side of that is the older you get, the more prone you are to heat injuries. Well, that one has some points to it, but not because of just getting old. The body is a amazingly tuned creation, and it's designed to operate at a certain temperature. It used to be 98.6 was what was considered the norm. That thinking has changed some. Between 97 and 99 degrees is now considered sort of the range that the body operates within. It fluctuates during the day, and it's sort of an individual thing. Our bodies are different. They're created and made differently, and some operate at a little cooler temperature and some at a higher temperature. Physical fitness helps, but heat is heat. Look at pro football players. They're young, they are in great physical shape, and yet they are prone to one of the most common heat injuries there is, and that's heat cramps. Happens to a lot of athletes. It happens to hikers. When we don't drink enough and have enough fluids in us, that our muscles start to cramp up. And that's the first heat injury, is heat cramps. But then there is heat exhaustion. And heat exhaustion occurs when you're sweating more fluids than you're taking in. And your body starts to tell you that. You start to get tired and lethargic, and you take a break, and even after 20 minutes, you're still tired. That's an indication of heat exhaustion. You need to start taking a break often. That's what I do when I'm hiking in heat like this. Instead of taking a break about every 3 miles, I'll take a break every mile. I'll find shade. I get out of the sun. You should get out of the sun, let your body cool down, and drink lots of fluids. Lots of fluids. I've already gone through almost 2 liters of fluids today, and I'm only halfway through. Normally I drink about 2 liters in a day, but when it's hot out, I drink about 2 liters in the morning and 2 liters in the afternoon. I also do something else. I add electrolytes to my water. It tastes good too. The most dangerous form of heat injury is the third type I'll talk about, and that's heat stroke. Oftentimes, your skin will be dry, you're not sweating because simply you have no fluids to sweat. You sweat all your fluids out of yourself. You're lethargic, you can't think quite right, you may slip into unconsciousness. Heat stroke is very dangerous, and it can kill you. So heat injuries are nothing to mess with, and heat injuries can have lasting effects. I've got a friend who he suffered heat injury down in Haiti when he was on a mission trip, and that was decades ago, and he still feels the effects of it today. We need to take care of ourselves when we're out here. This rock cut. Just coming through here, then just stopped. It just saw how beautiful it was. Very nice. Coming up on a tunnel. It'll be the first of 3 tunnels on this trail. Where we came from. We still got a long way to go. This is just a mist in here. It's eerie. Eerie look. 10.5 miles into the trail, you come to the Tunnel Trail Campground, and well worth the stop. I got ice cream and a Coke, and they let me fill my water. Now I'm back on the trail again. Well, I've got about 4 more miles to do the day, and I'm gonna get on and start hiking. Come on, let's go walking. 94 degrees right now, warm. About 4 more miles to Wilton. It's hard to believe that tomorrow's supposed to be so nasty, because today's just beautiful, except it is hot. It's starting to cool down. It's only 94 degrees right now, but man, it's hot. And In fact, let me show you how hot it is. It is so hot that even the cows are skinny dipping. There they are, enjoying themselves. Well, I don't want to invade their privacy too much. So we are 2 miles out from Wilton. We'll finish out about 4:15.5 for the day. And then tomorrow, it's still looking like the weather's going to be moving in. Although it's hard to believe when you got this much sun. But, you know, it happens out here. It happens quickly. So, still planning to skip tomorrow, come back out to Wilton on Thursday, and then go from Wilton to Sparta. That'll be about a 20-mile day. That'll finish up this hike on the Elroy to Sparta Trail. Hope you've enjoyed it. The tunnel was fascinating. I'll have 2 more to come, and we'll get to enjoy those together, I hope. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path. God bless you.